Welcome again, everyone. And it's gonna be a shorter live stream compared to the one earlier today. But it's gonna be good nonetheless. Volatility, yo. Alcohol free. 0.0 by the way. Okay. So, the reason why this live stream is going to be shorter is because I have to go at 9 p.m., which is in 28 minutes, because the sister of my wife from South Africa is here, and we're going to go for dinner in Nice to a nice restaurant called Scene. In case you don't know it, if you do visit Nice or you live in the area, you probably know it. But make sure to check it out. It's stunning. Very, very nice. So you'll find me there tonight. If you're there, say hi. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. So we're going to analyze Bitcoin, focusing on the local structure and then some, Q&A and chatting. Don't really want to have a very long analysis. Let's focus on local stuff. And it's going to be a bit more chill. Also because it's evening. I don't tend to go live that much in the evening, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to go live now instead of a video. So that's why you find me here. Saraga, Kevin, Murugan, Jen, good to have you here popping in live, Jen. It's been a while as well. Hope you're having a great day. I do. Murugan as well. What's up? Adam, Average Kiddo, what's up? How you doing? Creative Assembly Machinimas. Yo, baby, what the hell? Carl, what's up? Good to have you. Good to have you here. Guilam, cheers. Doxa, random name. Perkyo, Fozzie. What's up, guys? Okay, cutting down the music here. It's 2:30 in Malaysia. I was about to sleep when I saw the notification. I say sorry up front for messing around with your sleeping schedule. I mean, arguably, 2:30 is already incredibly late, so... What are you doing awake at 2:30? You had a night shift, like work, or holy moly, that's late. I gotta say, I do love the nights myself. I really enjoy the night. It's quiet, it's peaceful. I'm generally quite productive as well, actually, at night. But at the same time, the early morning is also nice. But because in Europe it gets light so quickly in summer, I like the darkness as well. It's dark. It has a vibe to it. Melissa, welcome. Good to have you here from the Otter Gang, I assume. Give my greetings to Alex if you speak to him as well. Can you recommend again why Y at the level of 43K will be bad for the bulls? Because wave Y, common target is the 1 to the 1.236. Let me do a short little bit of explanation here before we then jump into the lower time frame. But... answer the question. So if we look at a WXY, right? Your common target for Y is this, which has been touched. The 1.618, which by the way is only at 47K, is a very uncommon, actually like rare target for a wave Y, right? This is your common target. This is not great for a wave Y. But as you can see, if you take this low, you're pretty much there, right? It's 47K, and we also don't really have awesome support there or something. So even in a WXY, you preferably just end here, right? End here at this low. WXY. Now, X in this case is then a flat structure, right? And even if you would move the pivots around, like this Fibonacci, right, is taken from the start to the end of W to the end of X. Even if you would try, I do from here to here to here, your 1.236 is here, your 1.618 is going to be here. It doesn't make any difference. So because of the rarity of the 1.618 for a Y, you simply preferably do not move below that low for the bulls. That would definitely be considered bearish, and as mentioned, have a very three-wavy structure here towards the upside, right? We have bullish scenarios, but 56k, it's Bitcoin's not showing a lot of strength so far. Okay, there he is. Martina, welcome. Good to have you here. We're gonna start the analysis. You're right on time. At the beginning of the live stream, if you've never been here, how it generally goes is saying hi to chat, a little bit of chatting before we start. Then we jump into the analysis and chatting and Q&A. Now, you did find a shorter live stream than usual because I only have 23 minutes left, but I just wanted to have a short update at night. I do 3 updates a day, video in the morning, live stream in the afternoon, video in the evening, Central European time zone, or a live stream. Today, a live stream. So, Alex, how you doing, man? How's the little one? How's the baby? How's the marriage? Like, I remember you asking, like, how's the marriage going? Like, how are things? And I answered, it's exactly the same. Nothing changed. I ask you the question back. How's life? How's married life? Right? Is it the same, or do you like? Of course, you got a kid now. That's significantly impacting your life. But the marriage itself, does it really change the relationship you have together? I'm curious. Paul, welcome. We are all beautiful. Wow, look at the otters. Eh? Look at the otters coming in. Just make Mark's shoes. This is interesting. All my friends who do not trade Elliott waves are going to buy in full at 40.43. Interesting indeed. If you do, of course, move down to 40.43, which is absolutely still on the cards, because even if you want to be bullish, there's not yet a very clear, oh wow, we're super bullish, like, oh, we got a great impulse to the upside, or multi 1-2 would be your best bet, but you don't want to move below 56. If you do, then you're looking for a triangle. It becomes tricky to be very bullish if you take 49k. We then really have to think deeply about what kind of structure we have going on here. Now, I do have alternative bullish scenarios, but that includes expanding structures, which is not great. So I preferably wait with those scenarios till you take 49. Werner, bedankt alvast voor al je werk. Yo, met genoegen. Goedenavond. Goedenavond aan alle Nederlanders. Belgen misschien ook. En andere mensen die Nederlands verstaan. Maar cheers, Werner. Thanks for popping in. Next stop, 55. Elliott Waves is amazing. It is. Gotta love Elliott Waves. Life is overwhelmingly great. It's the same. She's wonderful. I'm punching. Good stuff, Alex. Keep up. Hopefully not punching the misses, but punching the charts. Punching the charts. All right? Else we're gonna call the police. No? But, very, very nice. Yeah, life is overwhelmingly great. I mean, sure. With a kid, hopefully you sleep a little bit as well. When a high time frame candle closes within the common limit, candle closes do not impact Elliott wave scenarios. Of course, if you have targets, like a common target for 2 is the 05786, you just want to see it touched. Now, of course, it would be nice if you close a candle on top of a fib. It's not a requirement, though. Same with the extension targets, right? You just want to hit the target. Doesn't matter if you close a candle in that target or not. So generally, a candle close is not necessarily used in Elliott waves. Stego, Anselm, welcome. Martina, Matej Cypher. Oh, it's an interesting surname, no? Looks like an impulse down, to be fair. Okay, let's then cover some of the local analysis, shall we? I also only want to really talk about this local stuff here. We did the 4-hour daily and stuff earlier. You know the importance, if you've seen the previous video, of this low over here, right? And I might repeat it in a little bit. But let's first talk about the scenario, the move. No, okay. For the context, especially if people are new, I gotta explain the 4-hour. Okay, so look, this structure to the upside, if you're bullish, needs to be one of 3 structures: an impulse, 5 waves, but no overlap allowed between 1 and 4. Clearly, there's overlap here, right? So we can't count an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that your only impulsive alternative is 1, 2, 3, with then a flattened 2. The problem in this scenario is that if this is a 1 and this is a flat in a 2, preferably wave C moves below 56k, perfectly fine, and then you look for 3 up, all-time high next, YOLO, The problem is this wave 2 is very, very long in time compared to wave 1. Now, ratio analysis and time, ratio meaning ratios between the waves, which equals time, and time is also part of the Elliott wave principle book. A wave 2 that is almost 6 times longer by now than your wave 1 here is incredibly uncommon, right? Your common target for wave 2 is the 3A2 to, let's say, a 2 or a 3 fib time, right? Commonly wave 2 is short, but this one is almost 6 times longer, and the moment you go past a 4, 5 and close to a 6 fib time, it's low probability. So this flat, right, and then a 1 flat and 2, 3, it's not great probabilities. Now this then means you got to look for other structures, which is either a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Problem is this is invalidated, at least a contracting diagonal is invalidated because your 4 is bigger than your 2 in price, which is not allowed, and an expanding diagonal is very rare, never preferred. So diagonals, low probabilities, right? Which then leaves us with the double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 up. In this case, however, 56K is your invalidation. And this has to be a 3-wave structure, which means this has to be an ABC zigzag that is preferably finished. Of course, you can still move into other structures after, but preferably you kind of got your low in. But counting this in ABC is a little tricky, and I explained this earlier, and that is because of this low, taking the low on the left, right? Because price took this low, probabilities increase to count this as a 5-wave structure instead of a 3-wave. Preferably if this was an A, B, C, meaning a 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave C, this was your low and you move up. However, we made a 3-wave move up, came down again, right? So of course it increases probabilities for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure. And you will soon see that the probability is higher that this structure is then finished, right? Now I mentioned in the probabilities yesterday and earlier today that looking for a bounce in a wave 2 or B is a higher probability. Now, of course, that also then means looking for a 3 or a C to the downside is something I'll keep my eye on. Right? So in a double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you want this to be a 3-waver. Probabilities are a bit on the side of this being a 5-wave structure, no, because of the low taken. Also, counting this as a wave 1 is not easy. It looks very much like a 3-wave structure, right? Slim chance to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but not high probability. Same here, counting this as an impulse up is very challenging. According to the impulsive rules, of course, you need somehow a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. But that is a bit of a, you know, that's on the sidelines, but it is at least something to keep in mind. So therefore, counting from this low to the upside bullish structures is challenging. That leaves us with the potential on the daily of then the WXY with preferably the low of Y in and a triangle A, B, C, D, E, and then continuation up. In this case, it is no problem to take 56K. All the waves should be 3-wave structures. So here we want ABC, 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 etc. Right? Now wave B is most commonly a 3-wave ABC, not a WXY. And I say this because if we zoom in, if we want to count this as a 5-wave A, 3-wave B, 5-wave C, first of all, your common target area for C is much higher, right? And if this then turns into a W, meaning 3-wave W, X, and Y, because mind you, an ABC zigzag is a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure. But I just explained counting a 5-wave in here is not that great. So if we count this as a WXY, then the problem is that in a wave B of a triangle, it is by far most common to have a simple zigzag ABC, not a WXY. If one of the waves in a triangle is more complex, right? So first of all the waves in a triangle have to be zigzag family structures. If 1 and 4 out of the 5 waves has to be a simple zigzag, ABC up or ABC down. If one of the waves is complex, meaning a double or triple zigzag, it is most commonly C, then uncommonly D, and rare B. So the fact we then count this as a WXY is rare. It's not great for the probabilities of a triangle. It's not an invalidation. It's just a probabilities thing. It impacts the probabilities. But by all means, you're looking for a 3-wave in C. No problem to take 56. But the moment you do take 56, of course, the probabilities are like slowly reducing for the bulls because you invalidate a double 1, 2. If you take this low, a single 1, flat in 2, and then 3, slow probabilities because of the size of 2. So your triangle becomes one of the like remaining higher probability scenarios. The problem is it's still very early to call triangles because your wave C is not even finished. So it's not too great. It's not too great. And of course, in a bearish scenario, you look for just continuation down. Now that means on the 1 hour time frame, we, you've seen this. We kept an eye on the impulse down here. Now with this move to the upside, right? I mentioned it earlier. We were looking for a bounce that was the higher probability, right? Either one more low or 5 is in. Now with this move to the upside, preferably your 5 is in, right? And what we are then looking for. Wait, I did the same here, right? Yeah, this one is nicer. There we go. What you're then looking for is a 3-wave corrective structure up. Now, the reason why the probabilities are higher, you got a finished structure to the downside here, is because if you look at the channels, right, this is your base channel. A base channel in Elliott waves is used to look for a breakout, which then is your wave 3. So you have a wave 1, a 2, and then wave 3 should break out of the base channel, which is the move here. You want a wave 4 to return to the base channel and a wave 5 to then reject and take the low. The moment you hit the upper trend line of a break channel, it's, you're not looking at an impulse anymore, right? You're not looking at, oh, this is still part of a wave 4 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So yeah, there you go. So it increases the probabilities. You have a finished structure to the downside, which is then what you see here. Now we have this move to the upside here, right? And interestingly, we have a little bit of resistance to the upside, which has not been hit. So we have, first of all, the low here, which you can see we missed out on touching. No? We have a daily naked point of control at 61.7. And above this, we have more resistance all the way up here. Now, personally, this is something, this is a I would like, but Bitcoin doesn't listen to me, right? So, but I usually like it if price hits resistance areas, right? It feels a little random. Like, yeah, we had a gap here. We didn't touch the order block nor the point of control, but we got to take it as it comes, right? It's just the way it is sometimes. And we did had bearish CVDs, but it would be nice to see the daily naked point of control hit. But of course, it's nice. It's not like, oh, I can trade based on nice. It's not how it works, right? So what I was looking for and how I have been updating silver earlier today is that we had the bullish CVD divergence. If you're in silver, you will know. We had the bullish CVD divergences here earlier today. I mentioned in the morning update, probabilities higher to take out this high, which increases probabilities to take out that high. Now we moved to the upside. We took the highs, consistent bullish CVDs. And this is important, and I want to explain this in for a second. So, and then I told in silver the following. Whoa, okay. I said this. Make sure you can pause it as well. But what I said is, okay, we got the bullish divs towards the upside. We got the bounce that eventually we were looking for. And looking at the divergences, we kept building bullish CVD divs as price moves to the upside. However, I am less interested in the divs, even though we got some locally. So we already had quite a move to the upside. And we still here had bullish CVDs, right, in green. Right? We still had them there. But I'm less interested in the divs, right? If price breaks the recent bull div pivot at 60.4K, which is this low, there is no interest in any other bullish divergences, right? And I would need to see price create a new range locally or new local uptrend and create new bullish divs. And the reason for this is that all the previous bull CVD lows in the uptrend already had bull CVD that played out. Now, what do I mean with all of that like text? We go to the CVD chart, and it is, holy moly, it's a little laggy. So let me refresh it here. Take a sip. $50-minute, there we go. 5 minute. I was on the 5 minute, that screenshot. Okay, so price here, move towards the, you can't see the inner divs. 1 second here. I actually want to have the smaller ones on my chart. How do I do that? It's always a little bit of a puzzle. Oh, whatever. Let me just turn them off. Let me just go to the chart. Makes life easier. So we had bullish CVDs here, bullish here, bullish here, bullish here, right? You just saw it on the screenshot that I shared on Telegram or in Discord and Telegram, but for silver. So here you can see the bullish CVD divergences as price moves up, right? So that's what I actually wanted to show you. So we move up, 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 bullish CVD. Now I said the moment price takes out this low, my interest in any bullish CVD that we have going on here is gone. And the reason is that price moved to the upside, and every pivot so far, every low, had pretty much bullish CVD divergences that played out because we took the high, took the high, took the high, took the high, right? And a first CVD is the highest probability CVD. So we had one more CVD here, higher low in price, low low CVD. We had a bit of bullish CVD here. This was the newest pivot that was not yet used. But because you already had so many bullish CVDs here as price moves up, I'm not interested in then still joining and still joining, right? Now we move below this pivot. As mentioned, no interest in bullish CVDs. And what happened is we retraced and we saw bearish CVD divergences. Over here, lower high on price, but a higher high on the CVD. So it's interesting, right? Like this is, of course, it takes time to learn CVD, but hopefully you learn something. But no interest anymore in bullish CVDs. I only want to see bullish CVDs on the right side of a new high the moment the low got taken. But instead of seeing bullish, we got the bearish and then the move towards the downside. Surprised? No. Right? CVD. Now at the moment where we are now, right, if you pull a volume profile here, is we are at the point of control of this range. Little bit of support, value area low is just below as well. Now from an Elliott wave point of view, probabilities are higher. You have a three-wave structure to the upside here, right? You can also look at volume. We have the highest amount of volume here in the high. It's not what you want to see if it's an impulse. If you look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, most commonly the highest amount of volume is inside 3. You want to see a low volume 4, and then another push to the upside on lower volume. So a higher high on lower volume. We never got a wave 4, we never got a wave 5. Increases probabilities. This is a three-wave structure to the upside, which therefore increases probabilities to sooner or later take out the low. Now then we get back to, do we go down in a straight line or not? I mean, that's just a discussion. No one knows where price is going to go, of course. It's all probabilities. But the probabilities are higher to take out this low sooner or later because of the three-wavy nature of the move towards the upside here that we have at the moment. Does that mean we do this? No, not necessarily, right? I mentioned earlier, I think it would be nice to see price hit the daily naked point of control, 617. That would be something that I would be interested in. I would be interested in it. We almost invalidated a double zigzag, which means A, B, C, correction, and another A, B, C. If you hit the 0.7, it's not an invalidation, but it significantly lowers probabilities. there is still a potential regular flat three-wave. Like this is the problem, right? You got a three-wave structure up. I don't want to count this on a 50-minute in detail. A three-wave up, A, B, C, W, X, Y, doesn't matter. However, it opens the door to several possibilities of a corrective structure. So if I take a fib time from the high to the low, right, you can see that this high is made before the 0.382 fib time, meaning very short. Preferably, the relationship between waves, in other words, higher probabilities, this is a finished move, as mentioned. So if we then correct, preferably your corrective structure finishes after at least the 382, which is not the case. This finished before the 382. So preferably, from a ratio time and time point of view in Elliott waves, your correction is not yet finished. However, a correction can be a flat, A, B, C, right? You can move down, hit the daily, move up, hit the daily naked point of control, la-di-la-di-la, and then go down after, right? That's one scenario to keep in mind, right? You can have triangles and all sorts of stuff, depends, not in a wave 2, of course, but we can also still have a wave A, B, C. W, X, Y's, it's too early. We now got to move to the downside. We observe the move to the downside, right? But the probabilities are higher to sooner or later take out this high. And based on local structures, we'll get more information. But hopefully you know why, from a CVD perspective, it wasn't interesting for me to join anymore over here, right? The longs were taken here. And then why this low, once taken, removed my interest in any bullish CVD divs. And then you see bearish CVD divs as well, right? It's a very nice... It's like a story. It's like reading a book. No, it's a very nice follow-up of different signs and signals and different things on a chart that then leads to managing positions or entering new positions. So very, very nice. So yeah, this is currently what we're looking for locally. And yeah, if you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask. Let me check my phone quick because it's 9 p.m. So let's meet at the restaurant at 9:30. my sister is my wife is shopping with her sister, and instead of now coming here first before leaving to the apartment, I guess they want to shop a little bit more. So I'll just see them at the restaurant, which is a 20-minute walk, which means I soon got to get my ass ready. I want to walk. It's in the city center. It's around the corner. B Channel, how you doing? Thanks, man. Thanks for the gift, yo. Appreciate it. He's back. Thanks, B Channel. Thanks, man. 56K. So, cheers, B Channel. Catalin, make sure to fill in the form. If one of the Mark maybe fill in the membership form, and I will bump you up to silver, the silver membership, because the gift is bronze. What all does mean? I love the question. It means that on the 1 hour time frame. 15. On the 1 hour time frame, the probabilities are higher that you have at the moment still an unfinished corrective structure. So in other words, a continuation of the range here. However, how can I make this like easy? Let's make it easy. Probabilities are higher to sooner or later take out this low. That's your directional bias. But because of the short length in time of this corrective structure, the probabilities at the moment are higher that we would still continue this range for a longer period of time, right? So that you not yet look for A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3 with the current high that we have. The probabilities arguably would be higher at the moment that you are still looking at a bigger corrective structure before then later getting that wave C or 3 to the downside, right? Which by itself increases probabilities to take out 56K, which therefore reduces probabilities for daily bullish scenarios, slowly increases probabilities for daily bearish scenarios. As then your triangle would be arguably one of your final options. The flat is just is not looking great. But let's focus on the local time frame first. So that is what we're looking for. So in other words, probability is higher to take out this low. That's the directional bias. However, because this is a very short corrective structure based on the first move down, preferably we are not yet finished ranging and we continue this sideways range, which can be any corrective structure, right? Including a flat A, B, C, and then get that second leg down, right? So yeah, quick check up here. We saw this. Alex, man, I think Alex isn't here anymore. If I saw it correctly, but this guy, Alex is rising indeed. Corrective or impulsive on the 15-minute. At the moment, volume increasing as price is moving down. Got to put a FIP extension here from the high to the low to the high. We are at the 1.618, which is more common for a wave 3 than a wave C. This is a wave C target, but at the moment, probability is higher. This is impulsive. And what you want to do is take a FIP from this high here to the low, toggle on the 618, and this is your invalidation for an impulse. So what you want to see now is 1, 2, and then eventually 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 is not allowed to hit the 618 that you take from the high of your 2 to wherever your 3 is going to be. And once you start a range, right, you know how to pull it. At the moment, from the high to the current low, a potential range is not allowed to hit the 618. If you do, right, probability is higher. This is an ABC, increasing probabilities to take the high, right? At the moment, probabilities are higher. This is impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Price moving down, hit the 1.618 extension, higher volume, right? Increasing volume. But in an impulse, you want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 is not allowed to hit the 618. And you take it from the high to wherever your low is going to be when you start 4. If you do move up and hit the 618 before moving down for wave 5, it invalidates an impulse, and then you're looking at an ABC. So keep an eye on that. Cheers, Kevin. Baby is calling. Sorry to hear, Sarot. But manage it well, right? Always have good risk management. If you do lose a trade, right? First of all, whenever you enter a trade, you need to look at how much you're going to lose, not how much you're going to win. So 1% loss, right? It's part of the plan, no problem. Everyone loses trades, but manage them well. You don't want to have the mother of losses. Good tools in the hands of someone that knows how to use them, which is not me, though. It's not my cup of tea. Cheers, Maddie the Baddie. Good to have you here. Can it be the wave 2 direction was perfect? No, because the probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure, not a 5-waver. If this is a wave 2, it needs to be a diagonal, which is too early, because then you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's too early to talk about this. So at the moment, probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave move, not a 5-wave. So probabilities are lower. This is a wave 2. Right? Now, as mentioned, even though probabilities are higher to take this low sooner or later, and I don't care in what corrective structure it does, because this is a very short correction, the probabilities are higher to still continue ranging sideways, right? Between daily naked point of control 617 and preferably 57 for a longer period of time. So for more days, the weekend is almost coming in. And now what I would like to see, wouldn't be a bad thing, is to actually still range here in the weekend as well, right? And then end a corrective structure. So you then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure ending here. And then have a bigger 3-wave corrective structure during the weekend, create a high, maybe down, and then on Monday next week or early next week, you get your second leg to the downside. Guys, my time is ringing. Gotta run to the restaurant in a second. Thanks, Bogdan. Which of the personal development books was your favorite? Do you mean trading development or personal development? If you talk about, well, actually, of course, I have the books in the description. Personal development, Essentialism. Trading development, Mental Game of Trading. Business development, Unscripted. All the books are in the description, and I tried my best to make affiliate links, but they don't work. So you can click, you can buy, you can try to support the channel, which is great. But so far, in about, I don't know, half a year time, I can't make those links work. I have no idea what I do wrong. I literally did everything according to the book. I asked support and whatnot, but so far the account is still on absolute zero. So I don't really get it. But hey, if you want to try to support at least, be welcome. What did you think? How deep can we go? I just did the whole analysis. I don't have time to repeat it because I gotta go. I've said I like your analysis the most. I watch it every day. Thank you, Andre. That's very kind of you. Also, the fact you've been in private groups and you like the analysis here the most, which of course is public. I want to share as much as I can. So I appreciate it, Andre. Thank you for the message. I really respect it. And yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel by watching the content. That's why I make it, right? That's why I make it, to help people. I already read the Unscripted. Looking for one more to read. Essentialism. It's in the list below. Guys, get that one. Get Essentialism. It's really good. It's about focus. I got a notebook, which is for focus here. And currently I'm reading this, Atomic Habits. I mean, many people will have seen this book somewhere. So Atomic Habits. So we're not reading now. One more leg down before going up, possibly, as long as you don't hit the 618. So if you, so so probabilities to finalize. Probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave move up, and we do have a 5-wave structure down. We can count a 5-wave structure down. The fact is a 3-wave move up increases probabilities to sooner or later take this low. However, this 3-wave corrective structure is very short compared to the 5-waver. Preferably, this is not yet the end of a 3-wave corrective structure, and preferably we are looking for a bigger range to form, maybe even across the weekend, right? So the probabilities are higher, yes, to sooner or later take this low. I don't care in what type of structure. Oh shit. I'm doing all of this without showing my chart. So summary, lol, I'm such a professional. So summary, right? Probabilities are higher to sooner or later take the low because we have a 3-wave structure, higher probability 3-wave structure up. However, this 3-wave structure is very short in time, did not even finish before the 382 fib time, taken from the start to the end of the move, increasing the probabilities that we are not yet finished with the range. Now, I don't care what type of structure we're going to get here. Probabilities are higher to sooner or later take this low. But the probabilities are also higher. You are not yet finished with a bigger corrective structure. So looking for a bigger range to form. What the boundaries of the range are going to be, I also don't care because that's Elliott waves. We don't know what structure is going to form, but it helps with our bias. Support below daily 57.5, resistance above 61.7. There you go. That being said, I gotta go. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning will be, that's Friday, will be an update. I think tomorrow afternoon I'll be doing a live stream as well. Yes. And I'm not sure if I can do an update tomorrow night, because this weekend I go to Monza for Formula One with a group of people. I will take my gear with me so that I can do some live streams in the hotel. At least that's the plan. Let's see if the execution is as accurate because of stuff happening, but I'll try my best. So, but for now, let's take it day by day. And tomorrow I will do a morning update, and I will be live because we have news at 2:30 and I want to be live at 2:30. So I will be live as well. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm going to catch you tomorrow.